Okay. Dr. Rob.
Mine will be very brief. Thank you, President Winchell. Throughout the last year, we have received hundreds of letters, emails, or comments from parents of students, and essentially, parents, you have been advocating on behalf of your children. And this advocacy, we know for a fact, is grounded in love, care, and concern for their safety and well-being, and no doubt for the fairness and treatment of each of your children. And for this, we thank you. Recently, we have fielded several questions from our parents and community partners regarding this connection of our SRS funds and mask wearing and auto mitigation efforts around COVID. There is this pernicious narrative that the Millcreek Township School District is going to have students wearing masks to perpetuity because we want to accept SRS funds. This is not accurate, and clearly parents and community members, if you've heard discussed this evening, the board and I are committed to doing what is in the best interest of our students, while even adhering to the guidance from policymakers. The American Rescue Plan and SRS funds are not tied to, but essentially just provides specific guidelines for school districts regarding the safe opening of schools in school year 2021-2022. That's what it is about. The funds aren't meant to perpetuate a specific political agenda, not one that I'm intended to support anyway. The guidelines in the ARP is meant to encourage school and school district leaders to take cautious steps to ensure that their safety and the well-being of our students and adults who serve them are being prioritized. I come to you this evening and I humbly ask that we, all of us as community members in this beautiful community, take a moment to become more informed about the policies and guidelines that are swirling around in the national arena, in the state, and certainly in this local sphere. During the past year, we continuously enlisted the voices of parents and community members as we reviewed multiple data sources in which to anchor all of our decisions. This is a practice that we're committed to maintaining. Parents, community members, your voice, your perspective, your insights will always be received and considered as we make decisions that impact your children and our students. While some of us are vehemently opposed to the recommended mitigation efforts around mask wearing, please note that there are many amongst us who are highly vulnerable. There are many people who have autoimmune and auto pre-existing conditions, and this exists in stakeholders from pre-kindergartners to adults. We have teachers and staff who are long haulers and who are still making the trip weekly to the Cleveland Clinic. One community member this evening quoted the American Academy of Pediatrics, one of our data sources, and shared that 0.22% of deaths are in children. Here's my question to you all. Whose child or children should be amongst the 0.22%? Whose child or children should be amongst that number? All I'm asking is that each of us allow our empathy muscles to grow just a little bit more during this time of uncertainty. The light is at the end of the tunnel. Can you imagine where we were 6 months ago? Never mind, don't even try to imagine it. Think about where we are right now. Think about the data that Mr. Dean shared about 10 minutes ago. 4 cases, as opposed to 250. While there are these spirited responses from the publication of our health and safety plan, I want everyone to note 2 critical things. The first is our plan has a strong alignment from 3 credible sources: Pennsylvania Department of Health, the US Department of Education, and the American Academy of Pediatrics. The second thing to note is that while we are following the current guidance, and I say guidance of the PDH, the PDE, and the US Department of Education, I know that the board and I are aligned in that we reserve the right to make adjustments as necessary that will meet the needs of our children and our community. I'll close by sharing this. This health and safety plan is a living document, and you will see a lot of its life over the next 2 months as we revisit it to make the changes and adjustments that are necessary. And you'll see this happening before the first day of school on September 1st. As in the past, the board and district's administration will continue to ground our decisions in a multifactorial approach with the ultimate goal of prioritizing not just the safety, but the social and emotional well-being of 100% of our students and every adult who support them. Folks, it will take a collective effort for us to prevent any resurgence and to keep our smiles visible. Don't know about you all, but my smile is not as pretty when I'm wearing my mask. I encourage everyone to avoid any alarmist outcries and just to continue to pay attention to the data and to reach out to us. Reach out to the board as you've been doing, and reach out to the district's administration. Reach out to me. You know I enjoy communicating with you all. Look, we have exactly 2 months. Keep this in mind, 2 months before the very first day of school, and there will definitely be much changes within the next 60 days, and we will make the adjustments as I alluded to earlier. Let's elevate the humanity of all and not be influenced by only our personal beliefs or any other agenda. Bishop Desmond Tutu, many years ago, popularized the term amongst the United Nations, Ubuntu, and it comes from the Zulu language. And Ubuntu simply means that I am because we are. It means that my humanity is connected to yours. Yes, we cannot wait to see your smiles, but let's think about who else is being impacted differently. And I'm optimistic and hopeful that by September 1st, 2021, we will be in a very different space. And we can welcome 100% of our students who are vaccinated with their smiles exposed as they come to learn. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr.